In a small suburban garage, cluttered with old computers, wires, and coffee-stained notebooks, 23-year-old Mira was hard at work. A self-taught coder with an unyielding passion for technology, Mira had always been fascinated by the inefficiencies in everyday life. Her latest obsession? The outdated world of local logistics. Packages arrived late, deliveries were unpredictable, and small businesses were losing customers due to unreliable systems. There has to be a better way, she thought as she stared at her laptop, a half-eaten sandwich beside her. Mira's first prototype was a simple app that connected local delivery drivers to businesses in real time. She called it SwiftRoute. It was far from perfect, glitchy, slow, and visually unappealing, but she wasn't deterred. Her mantra, borrowed from her favorite business book, was, "Launch fast, fail fast, and learn faster." She released the app to a small group of local businesses and delivery drivers, eager to gather feedback. The first few weeks were brutal. Complaints poured in. The app crashed often. The interface was confusing and tracking wasn't accurate. Some users abandoned it entirely. Mira felt the weight of failure pressing on her, but instead of retreating, she leaned in. Every night, she pored over user feedback, jotting down recurring issues and brainstorming solutions. She spent her days coding fixes, often losing track of time until the sunrise peeked through her garage window. As weeks turned into months, SwiftRoute began to improve. The crashes reduced, the interface became sleek and intuitive, and the tracking feature was refined to near perfection. Small business owners started to take notice. For the first time, they felt empowered to compete with larger corporations that dominated the market. Mira started receiving messages from grateful users. A bakery owner told her, "Your app saved my business. I can now guarantee fresh bread deliveries every morning." But Mira's journey wasn't without challenges. Large corporations in the logistics industry started noticing her success. They launched aggressive ad campaigns, slashing their prices to squeeze out competition. Mira's savings dwindled as she struggled to keep SwiftRoute afloat. Doubts crept in, but she remembered the faces of the small business owners who relied on her. This isn't just an app, she reminded herself. It's a lifeline for people who've been overlooked. Mira made a bold decision. She reached out directly to her users. Through surveys, virtual town halls, and face-to-face meetings, she asked one question. What do you need most? Their responses shaped the next phase of SwiftRoute. She introduced features like eco-friendly route optimization, real-time customer communication, and a reward system for reliable drivers. Word spread like wildfire. What started as a small, glitchy app now felt like a movement.
Investors began to take notice that at first Mira hesitated. She didn't want to compromise her vision. But she found a partner who believed in her mission and secured funding to expand her team. With newfound resources, Mira scaled SwiftRoute to cities across the country. Her app wasn't just disrupting the logistics industry, it was transforming it, making it more inclusive and efficient. Years later, Mira stood on the stage of a packed auditorium at a global tech conference. Behind her, a screen displayed statistics. Millions of users, thousands of small businesses saved, and a significant reduction in delivery-related carbon emissions. But Mira didn't focus on the numbers. Instead, she shared her journey, the sleepless nights in her garage, the sting of early failures, and the invaluable lessons learned from listening to users. Success isn't about building the perfect product, she told the audience. It's about building something that truly serves people, and the only way to do that is to listen, adapt, and never stop learning. As the crowd erupted in applause, Mira felt a deep sense of fulfillment. SwiftRoute was no longer just an app. It was a symbol of how one person's determination, guided by empathy and innovation, could change an entire industry.